So this is a unboxing video of sorts. I'm gonna go through some of my true crime memorabilia as well as some of my other memorabilia that mostly just stays in a box for the most part, but I pulled it out today and I'm gonna show some of it off, and I hope you guys like it. And if you do, please don't forget, if you're on YouTube watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on TikTok, don't forget to follow. So, I've always had a strange, weird fascination with death and true crime and Hollywood, and when I moved to LA, all of that kind of merged into this one kind of fascination, and I started the Dead in Hollywood video series on true crime, and that's taken me to all sorts of places, not just around LA, but Texas, Northern California, and I've collected some interesting memorabilia. So let's go through some of it. I have some stories to tell about it. Let's start with this first. This is a first edition copy of Robert Graysmith's Zodiac, a book about the serial killer, the Zodiac serial killer up in San Francisco. And I bought this in North Hollywood right before Christmas as a Christmas present to myself. It's super cool. I love it. It's one of my most prized possessions. I also have a first edition of The Coroner to the Stars, and I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, Thomas Noguchi. Maybe not. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was the coroner involved with Marilyn Monroe, Robert F. Kennedy, Sharon Tate, Janis Joplin, William Holden, Natalie Wood, John Belushi. So many cases here in LA. Most famous case is the Natalie Wood case, because there was so much controversy over that one, whether or not it was an accidental drowning or she was murdered or pushed overboard by her husband, Robert Wagner. So this is great. He goes into all these stories about each of these deaths in quite some graphic detail as well, and the controversy surrounding those deaths. So this is another one of my prized possessions. Another first edition. The Princess Diana book by Andrew Morton. I actually got this book signed by Andrew Morton back in the day. I was going to school at the University of North Texas, and Monica Lewinsky, out of all people, was doing a book signing in Dallas. And my was a U.S. government professor told me that if I went and got her to sign a book, I'd get extra credit on my test. And so I skipped class, drove all the way to Dallas, and I have a copy of Monica Lewinsky book that he signed, as well as Monica. I don't know why I didn't pull that one out. Here it goes. Here is the Monica Lewinsky signed copy. I have all the little clippings from that day. Pretty cool. I was the last I got there, I was the first person in line, but the last person to get it signed, because you had to draw numbers, and I ended up getting the last number, so I was the last one. They almost didn't sign my book, but the security guards were like, he's the last person in line, he's been here forever, you gotta sign his book, so those are pretty cool. Oh, and I was told Andrew Morton wouldn't sign any other books other than the Monica book, because he co-wrote it with her. But I kind of flashed this before I got up to him, and he was like, oh my god, bring it here. No one else has brought this for me to sign. And so, yeah, there you go. Okay, some other cool stuff. This is a very interesting piece, actually. This is a Christmas card from actor Armie Hammer that I received. My last job, I dealt with a lot of celebrities and red carpet stuff, and Armie Hammer sent everyone in the office Christmas cards. This is before he was canceled, before the cannibalism stories, but yeah, interesting, right? So, next piece. I should have gone with after the Zodiac book. So this rock here is from Lake Berryessa, in the exact spot where two of the Zodiac victims were attacked. I forget their names now. One was a girl and a guy. It's that famous scene from David Fincher's Zodiac where they're lying on a picnic cloth and sitting there talking, and then he shows up in that horrible mask. And so this is from that crime scene there. This is an autographed $100 bill, fake $100 bill, by Larry Hagman from Dallas. It was a promotional thing back in the 80s. And, oh, okay, I have a couple Sal Mineo things here that I love. This is a 7-inch single, Sal Mineo, Sal Sings. Super rare. It's his songs Too Young and Start Moving. I think you can find them on Spotify. But this is a 7-inch record that I absolutely adore. And I have another one that is even more rare. It's Natalie Wood and Sal Mineo. It's called Here Hollywood. It's an EP. I've actually never listened to it, but this is the only copy I've ever been able to find.
Well, he's been a top-ranking Hollywood star for 9 years, and yet he's still younger than that other famous star, Ringo. Twice nominated for an Academy Award, he takes acting seriously, but he occasionally sings for fun, and we persuaded him to make tonight one of those occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, Sal Mineo.
Do you know, no, do you know a little girl who lives across the way?
So this is a cool little 7-inch EP. I think it was on some cereal box or something back in the day, but it says made in Lawndale, California, 45 RPM, Here Hollywood. It's either an interview with them from a movie they were in, I don't know exactly. And then this is a playbill. Let's see. Fortune and Men's Eyes, directed by Sal Mineo. This is a famous play that Sal Mineo directed. I think it premiered in San Francisco, and then it premiered here in West Hollywood. And it was famous because Don Johnson was in it, a very young Don Johnson. And it's about a men's prison, and I think there's a controversial scene where one of the guys gets, attacked. And yeah, it was a very controversial play, and this is the playbill from the Cornet Theater, which is just down the street from me on La Cienega. It's still there, actually. They've put on some quite good shows there. I saw Fiona Apple there a few years ago, and it was amazing. Sal even dedicated the program to his buddy James Dean. Yeah, this is the program for Fortune and Men's Eyes. Pretty cool. This is the issue of Los Angeles, where Kobe Bryant, when he died. Oh. Life magazine cover of Charles Manson. The Love and Terror Cult, the man who was their leader, the charge of multiple murder, the dark edge of hippie life. December 19th, 1969, so only a few months after the family attacked Sharon Tate and her friends in the La Biancas. Oh, and then I have two Robert Wagner things. This is with my best wishes, sincerely, Robert Wagner. How cool. And then this is interesting. It is from the desk of Robert Wagner, and it says, Mr. Berger, how many times do I have to say this? It wasn't me, signed RJ. And I don't know what this was referring to, but very strange. It must have been some promotional thing from maybe Heart to Heart. I don't know, but it's just a very strange thing to have. A strange thing to say after he's been accused of, murdering his wife. This is pretty cool. This is, I don't know if any of you remember. Do you remember that really bad movie Madonna was in, Body of Evidence? Well, this is the, what do you call it? Press packet that you get, promotional packet. William Dafoe signed it. It has just a whole bunch of stuff from Body of Evidence, scripts and cast lists and all these amazing slides. Really cool. Madonna on the stand, William Dafoe and Madonna making out. And then for some reason, River Phoenix headshot slipped into this. That's pretty cool. I have one for River Phoenix as well. I don't know where I put that, though. I forget. I think it's for Mosquito Coast, possibly. Okay. Crime scene tape. This is from when Anne Heche, a couple years ago, crashed her car into a house down in West LA. And I went there to photograph it about a week or so later, maybe even 2 weeks later. And all the police tape was still up and surrounding the house. So I pulled off a piece and kept a little bit of it. A little morbid. I feel like the killer in Silence of the Lambs. This is crime scene tape from O.J. Simpson, from Nicole Brown Simpson's Bundy condo. I bought this at Dearly Departed Tours. This is a piece of the red carpet from the Golden Globes. Ooh, and then this is really cool. There was a TV show out a few years ago, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. And this is a gavel that says, "For your Golden Globe consideration." The People versus O.J. Simpson. Pretty cool. And then I had these made. These are exact duplicates, replicas of Sal Minio's fan club buttons from way back in the day that he'd send to his fans. You can actually buy these on my site if you click on the link. I got this at the Museum of Death. This is pretty interesting and a little very morbid. It's a pin, 2 pins actually, of the Black Dahlia after she died. A little too morbid. And I believe you can only get this at the Museum of Death. Okay. This little race car here was from the crash site of James Dean. Fans go there all the time. They leave little mementos and memorabilia, and I thought this was a little strange to leave a race car. But, I mean, he was on his way to a race, so I guess that's understandable. But, yeah, a little Hot Wheel. This is for your consideration. Dirty John, Betty. It was the Betty Broderick story when they made a TV show out of it with Christian Slater and Amanda Peet. That was pretty good. I wrote a zine about Betty Broderick, and I hope one day to be able to interview her, possibly. I mean, she's pretty crazy. This is a Playboy magazine from 1981 with the Dorothy Stratton story on here. If you don't know anything about Dorothy Stratton, she was a Playboy playmate with a bright future ahead of herself. And she was murdered by her ex-husband / manager in her house in West LA here. The house is still there. Hasn't changed one bit, except it's now has this horrible paint job. But you can go to it in West LA. They actually filmed the movie Star 80 inside, which is about her life and her murder. They filmed the movie inside the house, inside the room where she was murdered. They recreated the death scene in the same freaking room. So, yeah, that's a little crazy. I've always wanted to have a look inside. My friend from Australia was visiting, Luke, and we drove over there and got some footage of the place, and he knocked on the door, but nobody was home. Anyway, this has a story about Dorothy Stratton and her life, her death, since she was a Playboy playmate after all. Okay, what else do I have? This you've been staring at, probably. This is a glove signed by Mike Tyson, and I have a pretty crazy story with it. Mike Tyson was coming into the office to pick something up for my boss, and as you can tell, I'm a Madonna fan, and I'd been playing, I think Madonna's Rebel Heart album came out, and she has a song called Iconic on it, and I'd been playing, and I guess my boss heard it, and at the start of it, Mike Tyson's rapping, kind of, building her up and all, and he came downstairs, and it was early in the morning. It was only me and my boss in the office, and he was like, "Oh my God, okay, Mike Tyson's about to show up. He'll totally sign these gloves for you, but you got to do me a favor." And when he walks through the door, blast that Madonna song you've been playing. So, and it's called Iconic. So he walked in, and I blasted it, and he came in like punching in the air, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
I'm the best the world has ever seen. The best ever. I'm somebody you'll never forget, because I work hard and sweated my tears. Can't be stopped. I'm never falling again, and if I did, I'll come back. Yeah.
And he said it was wonderful working with Madonna, and so that was a pretty cool story. And he signed my glove to Dave, Mike Tyson. Nobody calls me Dave. Except Mike Tyson, apparently. This is the Faith video collection of George Michael. It is on VHS. And the reason why this is so special to me is my husband surprised me with it. I had this as a kid, lost it. 2016, my husband surprised me with this on Christmas Eve in my stocking. And we watched this. We were staying in a teepee off Route 66. It's the Wigwam Motel. Really interesting place. And luckily, like all teepees, it had a VCR in it. And we watched this as we fell asleep on Christmas Eve, only to wake up the next morning to find out that he had died on Christmas morning. And it was really sad. But we ended up dancing around the teepee to his music videos and to his songs, and it was pretty special. And afterwards, we drove back to LA. We bought these flowers at the grocery store, and we went to the restroom in Beverly Hills where he was arrested, and we left them at the bathroom, at the infamous bathroom. And we weren't the only ones. People left song lyrics, teddy bears, vinyl records. Anyway, so I guess that's all for now. I have more stuff. I have a lot more stuff in storage that I'll pull out and take a look through, but I just wanted to show off some of my stuff because I don't get to show them to many people, and for the most part, they're either on a shelf or in a box somewhere, and I just thought, So that's it for today. I have a ton more stuff that I can't wait to show you guys. I'll pull it out and organize it a little bit better, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of my world and what I'm interested in, and, if you have any cool or strange memorabilia, please leave a comment. I'd love to find out what kind of interesting stuff you have in your collection. This is Dead in Hollywood. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and follow. Like and subscribe. Like and follow. One of those. I don't know how to end this. How do you end it? Oh.